Another Wednesday, another Dynamite in the books. It has been quite the evening. I was full NBA watch. I watched Dynamite on my phone. Kids these days, Oracle,
Mhm.
and much going on, much to talk about. Dynamite. We are now officially have entered the 7-match era of AEW Dynamite. I think this is now going to be what he tries to do every week, which is fucking hilarious. Much to talk about. Oracle, how are you on this wonderful Wednesday evening?
I'm good. Joe Holbert 76ers
Yes.
are on NBA TV. I have the game
Yes.
on.
Please keep me updated because
It
I
is a
cannot watch
close
it from
game.
here.
There's about
Yes.
7 minutes left. I am probably about 30 seconds to a minute behind because I'm on YouTube TV.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I'll be following along for our friend Joe.
Thank you, pal. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a pro, right? Watch the whole game, but Dynamite review calls. Here I am. You get what you get, I suppose. Fuck the Boston Celtics, but enough about them.
They won,
Can I
didn't
just
they?
say, actually, let me
They
get
won,
this
did they
quickly.
not?
They did, and
Yeah.
this piece of shit, Bob O'Neill, he messaged me, "Hey man, I think Boston may win the East." It's like, what the fucking need is there for you to message me this at this time? I've watched the game. I know it's
Their
likely.
defense is pretty good.
Oh my god, it's incredible. I said it to go East Coast,
Yeah.
the best I've seen with my own eyes. Incredible. Anyway,
Mhm.
it's another podcast. That's our Free of the Grim we're doing there. Enough
Right,
about
there
that.
you
Let's
go.
let's get into
Friday,
Dynamite.
Friday. Well, just fair warning. Friday is going to be a lot of round one
Yeah.
talk, folks.
Well, after last Friday, I try not to predict these shows anymore. It can go any which way apparently. So we shall see. Okay, folks, let's get straight into it because we do have a lot to talk about. We have 7 matches. The start of this show feels like a distant memory because they do so much that I genuinely I need my notes. But I think we're both going to enjoy talking about what kicked this show off. CM Punk, Dustin Rhodes, a match that strikes me immediately as an Oracle of Wrestling dream match. Fair to say it delivered, Oracle. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, this was outstanding. It was paced and worked very deliberately. Limb work, great selling. Lots of Lots from PWO made a great tweet. Talked about how CM Punk is trying to bring back sequences in wrestling instead of just high spots.
Yes.
And that's just my thing, man. Just great stuff. Dustin got a lot of offense in, but I think that was kind of the point.
Mm-hmm.
Big near falls, just so well done. The finish was great. A counter of a counter. That's art right there.
Yes.
Just an outstanding match. Great, cool post match. Just a totally an Oracle wrestling type match. And look, to go both sides, I could see there some people may have been a little annoyed with the pace or whatever, but for me, I loved it. I don't think anybody would have thought the match was bad, but I could see some people with the pace, but this was for me right here. This was wonderful stuff. Great match. Punk has had a lot of great matches. Because it's a dream match, I'd probably put it up there on the top 5. Just because it was.
We should do that. We should do that as a side deal on the Grim.
Right.
We'll try and because I think people sleep on Punk's catalog since he came back.
He's a smart worker too.
Yeah, he's fucking great.
This was outstanding. Great match.
Someone in the chat earlier on the preview show, I think it was Joe. Joe, if it was you, please confirm this. If it was someone else, show yourself. I want to credit you. But they mentioned the dynamic in this match. 2 guys that generally will sell for the bulk of a heat segment working against each other. Will Punk operate as the heel? And I think it's fair to say that he did play the role of the de facto heel. In the ad break, even, when you guys were in picture, he did some Dusty taunting and the place booed. They actually booed him for that. They got great sympathy on Dustin. The big bump he took to the floor.
Oh yes, crossbody. God.
Oh, it was fabulous. And Punk worked the
Ring grappler, folks. Pay attention to that crossbody.
Oh yes. I want to push that saying because that is something that came to mind. Punk worked it over and he had a moment of hesitation, but they didn't do any kind of, why am I so violent? They got a lot of time. there was that incredible deal, brother, when Dustin did the 10 punches and then dropped down and did that. Oh, shit. He did like the old
that
school.
ruled. Yes, that ruled.
I was so
That
excited
ruled
for
because
that,
it
man.
works on multiple levels. He's selling, but he's also an old fart, so it's like,
Yeah.
oh, my leg,
He
fucking
has
ruled.
that. He's in that sweet spot where he looks great, he wrestles great, but every time he sells an injury, you're like, well, maybe, like maybe. He
Yeah,
weaponizes it, man. It's brutal.
right.
Honestly, I thought Dustin here looked like sharper than he has even in the last like year of singles matches. He's like, I thought he looked sharper here than he did against Archer or he did against Danielson.
Right.
He looked
Sorry about
fucking
that sigh
incredible.
there. Raptors just hit a big 3.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I thought he looked incredible. I'm going to reiterate that he should be the NWA World Champion before it's all said and done. That's an easy story of redemption, and it would fucking rule. One last thing, you mentioned it, Green Grappler, next Thursday, right? 8 days away. Dustin Rhodes is our wrestler of the month. Folks, if you go to the Late Night Grin Twitter account at Late Night Grin, you'll have the 6 matches we'll be covering. It'll be the same crew as last time with a couple video messages, I'm sure, from our pals. Man, it was really nice to have this as kind of like in case you'd just somehow forgotten how great Dustin's been,
for
right?
sure. And specifically that spot, there's a that I'm almost positive that's a spot you will see in the 6-match series, if I'm not mistaken. If you've started yet, I haven't started yet,
I have
but
not.
I'll probably get it all done this weekend.
I'm excited. I've only seen 3 of those matches.
Piper match because, in fact, tomorrow,
Yes,
I will talk about the feud, but not the match quite as much because we will be covering that the following week tomorrow for Historical Oracle. I will touch on the Piper match, but
big month. We were supposed to do it last week. I missed it. We're going to make up for lost time tomorrow night with the Historical Oracle. Quickly, before we move on from this match, which obviously we both loved, chat, I'm sure you loved it too. The crowd was so great for this. How much they were behind Dustin was a credit to Punk. All of it worked. It was just great. Just 2 great wrestlers having a great wrestling match. Jim Ross had a blast too, which is always fun. Post-match, Hangman came out. We got a little face-off, and you had that feel, right? You had that big fight feel that's going to be palpable in about 5-6 weeks time, wherever we're at now. 5 weeks, right? Man, I don't know about you, but I'm fired up for this match. This feels like it's going to be their biggest pay-per-view main event yet. Am I wrong?
It feels like it. Yeah. I mean, like their biggest main event. I mean, their biggest 1A clearly is 1A, but I think there's a 1B that's actually closer than you might think. Was Kenny and Hangman.
Yeah.
I think Kenny and Moxley was 1B in the death match. This is up there. I mean, it's hard to tell, but once we'll know once we get to that point.
Yeah.
Because we have 5 weeks of build. But that's big 3. Big 3 for your Sixers.
What's the score? What's the score, Oracle?
90 all, 310 remaining.
Fuck.
And again, people could be a little bit ahead on the chat since I'm on stream. So, sorry, there's going to be some interruptions about this. Yeah, Danny hit a
Danny Green.
He did, man, right up there in the corner.
Fuck.
Sunk that baby. But yeah. So this is going to be one of the biggest matches ever. We have 5 weeks. I'm excited for the build. It looks like they're going to go full force into it, right? Towards the end of the show, I'll cover it, but this is a crazy summer for wrestling. Did you see my tweet?
I did not.
About the 6 shows that we're going to have between the 2 big promotions.
This summer? No, we'll talk about it. Should we talk about it at the end? I haven't seen
it. Yeah. At the end, there's it's one of the probably the biggest. What a summer for big time wrestling.
It's the way it should be, brother. It's great to have this kind of excitement. Yeah, I'm really fired up for this. Quick thing, you missed this, Oracle. I said it on the Late Night Grin. I'm saying it again here because I know Tony Khan watches this content. I want Buffer for this deal. I need Buffer. In attendance, double or nothing. You don't need to be WCW every day, but for this one, I need some Let's Get Ready to Rumble. Okay?
Yes. I need him to call Punk, see him punt or something.
Yes, and
And
the master of the buckshot lariat.
the master of the buckshot lariat. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Let him.
I just wanted to specify that one sincere take. I would like them to do a segment with like WrestleMania 17 style with Jim Ross in between these guys. A sit down segment. I think would be
Yes,
killer.
like WrestleMania. Yeah, like WrestleMania 17.
Mhm.
That would rule.
They did that. AEW did that for Darby and Ethan, and it was fucking awesome, and they've never done it again.
Yeah. Do it for this. They got 5 weeks. Go all in on this thing.
Yeah,
Because we
man.
know we're getting this, and we'll cover it. But I can see Double or Nothing already.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I think there's a second obvious match, and we'll get to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're building the show up pretty nicely, I'll say.
Yeah, man. It's nice. Like, I think you and I have high hopes for this build. It's going to be really interesting what they do. Like, I'm all in on some, and I think people will get frustrated with it, but I'm an old fuck at heart. I'm in on some video packages too. You know,
Hell yeah.
Punk in training camp, fucking running up a hill.
Please do like a Brett Sean thing.
So I'm saying we're on the same wavelength for this. I can tell.
Yes.
Okay, all of this stuff, big thumbs up. We had a little pre-tape of Wardlow. We'll talk more about the Wardlow presentation when we get to his match, but they did a little segment here with Smart Mark Sterling. Dude, I'd forgotten about this until I just saw it in my notes. Blackpool Combat Club against the hilarious team of Lee Moriarty, Dante Martin, and Brock Anderson for some reason, which is very funny. Regal was on commentary. He may have turned in his funniest commentary outing yet this evening.
Oh, God.
You has no gear. Yes, it was as they sung too. You has no gear. We got some Danielson Dante interaction. They got some heat on Brock. There was a hilarious moment that you guys would have missed in the ad break where he goes, you know, you were watching Lee Moriarty earlier. He goes, you was like a wrestling observer, Excalibur said, and Regal fucking goes, no, not really. Immediately shut that down. He said we might be in an ad break, but I ain't no fucking fool. Anyway, they built some big...
any of our friends that go to Money in the Bank should search for Regal's liver for him and the Mirage.
Great line. They built to Lee's hot tag. We got some more Brian Moriarty stuff, which lest we forget how great that match was when it was a couple months ago now. Then how great was the execution on Dante's? Like he stumbled and went into the catch.
That was perfect.
This is one of the most well-produced matches they've produced on TV. Like TV-wise, this was absolutely perfect, wasn't it?
Yes. That stumble.
Did you not think they just nailed this thing? Where was you at on this trios match?
This was great. This was geez, both teams are hitting threes. Toronto just hit another one.
Oh my god!
But this was awesome. I loved this.
Yes.
This was my favorite like Blackpool Combat Club like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, other than Mox Yuta, this was my favorite. Like
they nailed this,
even though it wasn't the best match. I think Danielson and Martin, like there were other matches that were better technically, but the way that like the whole presentation was awesome.
Yeah.
But oh no, Sixers turned it over.
Oh.
But
watching your reactions makes it so much worse.
Step back, rebound. Oh, they're up by 5 now. Toronto's up by 5. Okay. Anyways,
it's fine. It's fine.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm trying to give Joe breakdown, but it's probably making
it's making it so much worse.
Okay.
This is going to be a trend for the next couple of months. Maybe not from the Sixers front, but there's definitely going to be many nights where we just go off the rails of NBA. It's fine. Anyway, carry on, Oracle.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, this match was awesome. Just Lee Moriarty's hot tag. He's a Pittsburgh guy. The crowd was going crazy for him. Like he got a great, series of big offensive moves. Wheeler Yuta's dropkick did look awesome, and Tony Schiavone fucking lost his shit at it. Tony was gonna make sure he was gonna put over that drop kick because I mean he completely lost his mind at that. Great finish. This was a total blast. Tape Machines made a great tweet and said this was like he was like, I hope it's like that Shield versus Los Matadores and Sin Cara 6-man from main event. And it was like that was a really good comparison. Like, you know what? I'll say this. Brock Anderson looked the best he's ever looked.
Yes. Yes.
He's that, but he actually looked
I think there's
not
signs he's
wrong.
okay.
Right.
I think there's signs.
Right.
Remember the FTR match with him and Leela, and we were kind of like, he may not suck.
Right.
That's as far as I can go right now. But he looks like he's growing confidence, becoming competent. So good for Brock.
So Harden takes a drive in, and he wants to call for goaltending.
Oh yeah.
They're now they're doing an official review of it. So I think they gave it to him, and now they're reviewing it.
I'm sure that'll be great television. Speaking of such, the Undisputed Elite did a pre-tape promo. Dude, Bobby Fish is lining this. Wait a second, we lost. Bobby Fish is funny. I'm telling you, this has been a thing for a while. They've only just tapped into this on national TV. He popped me here. They're doing an open challenge 10-man next week. It is nothing exciting. They announced the match later. I forget who it was. It was not, when they said open challenge, I was like, holy shit, they're going to draft in the fucking,
Oh, I know.
I don't know.
And then they showed us, and I was like, what?
Anything on this direction of, we can't be beat as a team and that whole kind of idea? Anything on that?
This is probably they're probably building up to for the June show, and of course get to that. Yeah. I feel like this is this is an allusion to that.
I tend to agree.
That doesn't make sense. It's alluding to that. There we go. I said an allusion to that. My poor grammar there.
Samoa Joe spoke on AEW television. They did a little pre-tape deal here. It was him opposite Jay Lethal's faction, which is quite the act. Joe was great. Nice to hear Samoa Joe talk on a professional wrestling show, Oracle. I say, what do you think?
Yeah, we need to hear Joe promos, man.
Yeah. That's what he is at this point. Let's be honest. He needs to be talking.
I'll tell you this. That was probably the best part of was Joe like coming out at Battle of the Belts.
Yes,
that was a highlight of the show.
But wearing his extra small shirt.
Yeah. That's like me when I worked at a summer camp, and I had underestimated that I gained a little bit of weight, so I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a medium." Then I walked around looked like a.
God bless him. Joe rocks that shit, man. God bless him. Dude's he's one of the cooler guys in wrestling. I'm all for it. God bless him. And he had a lead pipe too. Awesome, great wrestling. You mentioned the announcement. You mentioned the New Japan show. This was fucking hilarious the way they did this. We got another really funny Tony promo.
Yeah.
And then he did the formal introduction, New Japan president, and then it just cut to Adam Cole doing a weird insert promo. And then he announced an Owen qualifier with Ishii, which personally pop. I said on the preview that I think he's winning the Owen, which is going to be a hilarious segment for us to. That's going to be a thing you and I deal with over the next couple months.
Who's winning it, Cole? You think?
I think so, yeah, because he lost 2 title matches. I think that's what.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So we're getting him and Ishii. Then he introduced Jay White. I thought I don't know what the situation is with Okada, but I thought they were setting the stage for when Jay White was single-handed, because I know that's his line. He single-handedly sold out Madison Square Garden. I was like, oh fuck, this is just the swerve.
I'm sorry. Harden drew a foul and missed the first free throw. Pop.
Oh no. Not this again, not this familiar sight. I didn't think I'd ever experience on this end of it, but okay. Jay White card promo. What do you think about firstly, the execution of this, which was objectively funny? Secondly, what do you think about the announcement? I think we're going to have a hell of a lineup here come June.
This is where I'm going to get ripped because I mean, it's great, but I actually the least interesting thing to me would be this Super Show. But I will say it does add to the summer lineup, which we will get to.
Yes.
Later on, because to me it's just all in cool or all in 2 big deal.
Right.
But I mean, COVID restrictions are going down, whether we agree with that or not, stuff like that. So I mean, the borders are opening back up and whatnot. So this has kind of invited this situation. We're gonna get this big Super Show, and I'm sure it'll be a great card. I'll buy the show, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
and it's not something that totally piques my interest, but
I'm with you. Actually, yeah,
this is for the for the overall broad audience. It's something that I think obviously a lot of people are really excited for. The execution of this was hilarious.
Yes, it was.
Like, tied 95 all, by the way, with like 26.6 left, as Tope put.
This could be hilarious audio if this is like a buzzer beater.
Oh,
you know
yes.
that, right?
Yes. Yeah, this is the way they Tony just like awkwardly coming out and then like pretending to be mad at like Adam Cole and Jay White.
The Jay White sell was crazy. He did the full like he was fucking Vince Jr. It was crazy. He looked around like he was
like it just, to me, it's just like, honestly, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was actually bad.
It's a
But,
really
like,
weird
I
way
mean,
of doing it.
ultimately, like, if you know, if you're going to be excited for the show, who cares, right? The show's going to happen. Who cares if the execution was bad? You know what mattered was the announcement, right? But it's just, it was great bad TV. Like, Tony was poor acting, and like the poor New Japan president just being like confused and like being like, why the fuck did I come all the way down here for this horse shit? Adam Cole looking like he had like almost like a tape video.
Yes,
I mean,
that's
it
what
was
it felt
tape,
like.
but like it seemed like it was just,
yes.
what?
It was like one of those videos. You know when Ring of Honor did Final Battle and they sent the videos in? It felt like one of those. It was weird.
Yeah.
I'm actually with you in that, like, it's not like my most exciting thing, but I know for a fact once the lineup is released, I'm going to be popping, and it's the biggest thing to me is I just think this is
out, huh? Sorry.
That's fine. I just think conceptually this kind of thing is so cool. Like, I love this kind of stuff, you know, like it's just neat, right? When you let fans kind of have these fun fantasy matchups. I think we're going to get some cool ones. My guess, Punk's obviously going to have a huge match at United Center. My guess before was it was him and Ospreay, but I don't know. It feels like him and Okada might actually be the match, which is like,
my God.
Right? Can you imagine the heat in the building for that?
Do you think Tana works?
Eddie Kingston.
Do you really think so?
So, you know the May show they're doing with New Japan?
Okay.
Moxie's working Tanahashi. Moxie's going to win that, right?
Right.
Eddie's working Ishii. Eddie probably wins that. Tanahashi's going to win the next one. What top guy can take a loss? The Oracle of Wrestling. Our guy Eddie Kingston, line him up. I think we've got a real chance. I really do. And obviously, I'm, completely out of my mind for convincing myself this is going to happen.
Both free throws missed by the Raptors.
Wow.
Shoot is probably fuming right now.
Yeah. He just won't. He said to me, I'm not texting you if the Sixers win. So he'll probably come in here if the Raptors win. So we'll get live analysis. Yes, it'll be very interesting. Hopefully the show rules. We'll be covering obviously all here. So.
I think it'll be like, again, I'm not thrilled with it. I mean, I'm not mad about it. I don't. It's fine.
It's not you'll pump your fist for.
But, the streaming thing. But that's, the more I think about the streaming service thing, the more I think that's a lot more complex conversations to be had.
Sure seems like it.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by the pay-per-view price point on this. I will say that. I'm intrigued by that. I don't know if you can do
50 for this.
Yeah, because it's 3-4 weeks after Double or Nothing. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe I'm misread. It may just be a case of you maximize the niche that will buy this. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Jade promo. It appears we are moving forward with this faction. What do you think, Oracle? Red Velvet, Kiera Hogan with Jade. What do you think?
Jade is great. She's got it all. I like the idea of the faction. I feel like they're going to get rid of Mark Sterling, or maybe not, or maybe it's just the whole idea is for him to just get shot down as like a fun act. But I'm enjoying the Jade stuff in particular.
Clicking as a character, it feels like the presentation is. Yes. There you go. Joseph is already out. It's $50. So there you go. It's $50. God bless. There you go.
I mean, like I said, I'll probably get it. So,
Yeah. Well, Late Night Grin, I'm sure we'll be sent the early advance of that. Bob usually gets it, right? So we'll be fine. The early advance of a wrestling show. What an incredible fall. Yeah. Just the guys going over their matches.
Shout out to Bobby O'Neill for sending me the pre-sale.
Dude.
For the pre-sale, and therefore I was able to get my SummerSlam tickets. Thank you, Bobby O'Neill. I'll see you there in the concrete Crypt match or whatever the fuck.
I'm talking to Shoot about it pretty extensively. We think that's the greatest moment in Grin history.
It might be.
Because like he pointed out to me, folks. For those who don't know, latenightgrin.com, about hour 4 of last Friday's episode, we had the Mark Henry graphic. It's time for the main event, and Oracle and Bobby did promos on each other, and it was pointed out to me by the confirmed Shoot Oracle that
Oh, what a rebound!
oh
Oh
no, oh no, what happened?
OT?
Overtime. Oh
Oh,
fuck.
oh my goodness. Oh
It
my
was
goodness.
it was pointed out to me that you only mentioned the Blob because you realised mid promo that you just threatened to kill Robert O'Neill.
Yeah.
And Bob incredibly pulled that away. He said, "I don't need the Blob. I'm going to kill you." Incredible. Anyway, enough about the late night grin.
That was that might be the number one moment. Okay, so
Extraordinary.
Joe, so Embiid, I believe, he goes for a 3, bounces up, shoots up in the air, comes back down. Danny Green makes this great rebound, and they get this whole thing, and they're wrestling at him. And Doc Rivers is pissed, because they don't call a foul or whatever, because he's or like I guess whatever it was.
Timeout.
It's hard to tell when you're on mute, but yeah,
this rules. The great Doc Rivers drawn up play was Embiid ISO from the Army 6 seconds left.
It was. He's not lying.
He's famous for those out of timeout plays. Anyway, the Butcher. This is Wardlow. MJF kind of led into this with his promo up from the stands. Dude, I loved this visual of Wardlow with the handcuffs and the no mute. He looked like a fucking killer. It ruled. Awesome presentation. They rammed into each other some. The Butcher's strikes. Did you notice how good his shit looked in that first trade-off? It was noticeable how sharp his strikes looked. And look, Wardlow's weren't far behind either. Eventually, they settled into like a very brief, stretch of heat for Butcher. He hit his own powerbomb. Wardlow kicked out one. He then hit some very, very scary powerbombs for the Powerbomb Symphony. They all looked the same, so I guess that was what they were going to do. They decided that's how they were going to powerbomb the Butcher, but it worked. They didn't go long enough to hurt each other. And I think it was a success. Oracle, what did you think of the Butcher versus Wardlow?
Yeah, the Wardlow presentation is awesome. Him coming out in the handcuffs and like taking care of business, and MJF and Sean Spears throwing popcorn at people was funny. Yeah, like this was a lot of fun. Butcher got some. I liked how they let him get offense. He's a brawler. He gets offense on the floor. Tony Schiavone goes, "That was a mistake to go on the floor." That's good. That's good attention to detail right there.
Yes.
Wardlow, of course, gets the big power bombs, almost destroys Butcher for real. Butcher has been watching his Hulk Hogan tapes and kicked out at the 3 pop. And then the post match was great with Wardlow just calmly getting him put back in the handcuffs, and the one security guy, whoever indie wrestler that was great, like selling Wardlow.
He's fucking coming across so cool.
Yeah,
so cool.
Yeah, and it's gotten him over too. This is.
Oh my god!
Because we were concerned about his overness.
Yes, we were, and
he's got still maybe issues after the MJF feud. We don't, we don't know.
We need to see for sure. They've got like the Goldberg-esque chant too, haven't they? Yep. The Wardlow chant has the Goldberg vibe, and it's like,
and that brings up the second match I think that we're going to have for Double or Nothing, which is Max and Wardlow,
which is going to be an incredibly interesting case study on where Wardlow's at, because they're going to have a real match. They're going to have some time, and they're going to have a real match, and it's like, seeing how Wardlow fares, seeing how his overness sustains across a 15-20-minute match is going to be really interesting.
Right.
And MJF kind of steering the ship as a still a young guy, but like, fuck, man, this is the stuff we enjoy talking about, right? Like, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I agree with you, though. We're getting it, so it'll be fun. Eddie Kingston promo. Looking forward to the sequel of him and Garciano. We both loved that match they had on Rampage 5 months ago, I think it was. Dude, this roster's nuts, isn't it? Samoa Joe and Eddie Kingston pre-tapes just being slid in as a transition between matches.
That's nuts.
Anything on Eddie Garcia 2 coming out on Rampage?
I think it'll. I'm super excited for it. I think it'll rock.
Yeah.
I think that's another show that looks really good on paper. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It'll be interesting how they work that tonally because
I'm
Eddie kind of
guessing that opens the
established.
show because I'm thinking Jade and Marina or maybe that opens. I don't know. It
Yeah,
might
you
be
got
better to open with Jade and Marina.
that
Or
match
maybe
worries
better
me.
to close. I don't know.
I'm very scared about that Jade match.
Yeah.
Holding my breath, brother.
Yeah.
Eddie established last Wednesday that he's going to chase after Daniel Garcia and try to kill him. So I'm really intrigued what they do for a singles match
Yeah.
because I don't know if you remember, but the last time they wrestled, they did like a really, and it ruled, but they did like the feeling out process still.
Mhm.
It's like it feels like Eddie's going to just charge at him, right? It's going. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. I would
it's
think
going to
so.
be it's going to be fun. They have a real chemistry. It's cool. This next one I may throw Pittle off with. I may be in the minority on this one. I'm not sure. Kyle O'Reilly, Jungle Boy. I have a victory lap to take. I'm going to save that after the analysis. I thought the first half of this was kind of a nothing. And then it got better in the second half, and I thought they really did work hard. And I know that sounds immediately demeaning. I'm sorry. They did work hard. They tried. But, it didn't quite gel. I thought Kyle looked noticeably rusty. I can't decide if I was just imagining something or I was pissed off that the Boston Celtics were surging ahead on the other channel. But, it didn't quite work for me, this. Am I on an island here, Oracle? What do you think of this match?
I'm with you.
Okay.
And of course I would because I'm sure the chat's fuming. I couldn't get I couldn't grab my attention. I had
No.
having people in the DMs or whatever, and that was part of it. But
Yeah.
but I couldn't grab it. Just didn't grab me.
Mm.
The work was fine.
Yeah.
To me it just didn't feel quite as enthralling. As
Yeah.
a lot of other stuff in the show. And to be fair, boy, that was a big 3 by Toronto. But to be fair, they're up 199 now with 2:48 to play in OT. Joe's unsettled in his chair now. The best part is when Shoot shows up if they win.
Yeah.
But big
The
shot.
Canadian flag draped over his
Yeah.
shoulders.
Embiid made a nice step back there. A 2
Yeah.
step back. A little anyways.
Demon Grin, I will get to the chat in a moment. I do have a victory lap to take. Oracle, proceed with continue with your review, pal.
Yeah, the match it was fine. It's just, it had tough competition, but at the same time, I still wanted it to be a little bit more than it was.
Yeah.
I was a little bit surprised Kyle won, but I guess it makes sense if Jungle Boy's a champ. So
I've got you covered. Don't worry. This is where I come in. Firstly, before I do this, Jim Ross has a new call. I don't know if you heard this, Oracle, where he says O'Reilly every time, please.
yeah, I've heard that. That rules.
So earlier on today on the pre-show, I said very confidently, with not a moment's hesitation, Oracle, I go, clearly this match has been booked to give O'Reilly a win. He's had a weird start to his AEW run. You can showcase him. Give him a win. It won't hurt Jungle Boy because he's the AEW Tag Team Champion. And you should have seen these fucking goons in the chat jumping on me, kicking the shit out of me. What the fuck's this idiot talking about? Get the Brit out of here, they were saying. Well, folks, I'm not saying I'm right, but man, I feels like I was fucking right tonight, doesn't it, Oracle? It feels like I may have won this one. So here's what I'm going to do. And we're only in the middle here. But here's what we're going to do. When the chat processes on the preview video, which is yet to do, you're very lucky, I will make a note of every name that dismissed the notion that Kyle O'Reilly would win this match. And at some point on Friday's Late Night Grin, I will read them one by one. Some, I'll make an extra note if they were particularly aggressive or colourful in their dismissal. Now, you may say to this, fair enough, you may say to this, Joe, why are you stressing on one of the few things you got right? And to that I say, I'm the one with the microphone, and in this case, many of you have been fucking owned. So your time is coming. Wow. I will note those names. Kyle O'Reilly for the win. I wish I liked the match more. This would have been even more triumphant. Nonetheless.
What a draw for the show.
Oh, see that? That's radio, brother, right there. So we got to give him a hook.
Good job.
The patronage is going to fucking skyrocket. People are going to become patrons to hear their name read in a burial. I'm going to make it very clear that I am playing. Please do not get mad. That was a joke. We try to do those around here. I get most things wrong. I just got this one right. It happens. But I will read your names. That part wasn't a joke. I'm actually going to do that part. But I just want to be clear there was no bad feeling. Because Oracle, people get heated around here.
Oh, I
Actually.
know.
It's been getting it's been getting a little bit, a little out there. Anyway, MJF give money to Jake Roberts, who was, bless Jake, I think it may be. I think, man.
He's bless him. His breathing condition really did, I think, debilitates him.
It's a shame because that first promo he got on AEW TV was so great, and it's been chasing it ever since.
It was.
Archer interrupted him. I love the deal of MJF paying money. I'm looking forward to the match. Oracle, thoughts on this kind of ongoing development of the Wardlow story and MJF kind of paying guys off?
Oh, it's awesome. I wonder if there's going to be a third one after Archer.
Yeah. Isn't Archer and Dustin started something?
Yeah, they did.
Remember, he got juice.
Why did you go for that 3? That was just a duck. That was not good on your guy's part there.
Look at this. Oracle, look at this. I was semi publicly name and shame you, but did not take it personally. Factual. 100 in red.
Oh man.
Yeah, this match will be fun, right? Wardlow and Archer. This is going to be a nice big lad battle. I think. I hope we can have fun with it.
For sure. I think so. Like I said, I'm interested if they're going to do another match with Wardlow. I feel like they probably will because there's still some weeks away. But this has been a really good build.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, it has. Speaking of great builds, the Oracle of Wrestling Dream match of Hook versus Danhausen heated up in a major way here. Hook killed poor Anthony Henry, who I like very much, but some must die so others can live. Complete squash.
Yeah.
I mean, killed him. Flat.
Toronto made one free throw but missed the other. There's going to be about a second and a half off the shot clock for
tied
up 101. So we're gonna. Oh my gosh!
Oh no! What happened?
Oh wow!
Oh no!
What in the world?
What happened?
Wow! Wow! Okay, hold on.
Okay.
So Embiid has the ball, and he's just he's out there playing fucking point guard.
Yes, he does that.
Yeah, let him be point guard. And the dude just pokes the ball out of his hand, and I'm befuddled at what that was. There's still 0.9 seconds left on the Sixers shot clock. I think the Sixers called a timeout because it got him. I'm on mute, so I can't tell.
Well, when you're about to do play-by-play on this in a minute, right? When it's
right.
Tell me when ball's back in play for the last possession.
Right.
And
I will.
I'll let you do some play-by-play.
I can't believe that was. Why is Embiid?
Happens a lot. I don't know, man.
Oh, Meech, yeah, I'm not skilled at this. Trust me. I was much more just shocked at how stupid that was. Why did you do that?
You should try watching them all year, brother.
It made no sense.
Danhausen, the crowd went absolutely nuts for him here. How long's left in the game now?
2.6. Tied 101.
Tell me when they come out of the timeout, or call it for us. Danhausen, the crowd went absolutely nuts for him.
Okay,
he got a promo. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I'm gonna let you go here.
Okay, Danny Green with the ball to inbound. Okay, gets it to Embiid. Gets it 3. Sixers win.
Oh.
Well, no, not yet. There's 0.7 left. There's still a little bit left.
That sounded like a big shot.
A little bit left.
Did Embiid just knock down a shot in the last second of a playoff game? God damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at the chat.
Yep. I mean, they didn't guard him, dude. They let the big motherfucker just right out there and just shoot that 3. He was wide open. I think he got a good screen though. I think that's what happened.
He's a bad man. He is a bad man.
He got up on there, hit it beautifully. 0.7 left though. Could be a Derek Fisher deal here.
Only need 0.3 to shoot the thing, Oracle. You know that. You've called enough games to know that.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. The part is, I don't even know. Like, I don't watch the regular season enough, so I'll recognize names. So, like, some people I won't even know. So you can't guarantee that I'll know. Like some people, like Danny Green, or like the big stars like Embiid, I know. Danny Green's been playing forever, so I know.
Playoff always too. He's always on a playoff team every year.
That was a great play.
Embiid's been incredible this year, man. He won the scoring title this year, Oracle.
Did he really?
Yeah, as a big man. The first big man since Shaq to win the scoring title.
My God.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Well, how much did he get? Like 28 point something? 29?
He hit 30. I think he broke 30. Yeah, I'm bad with the stats, but I think he broke 30. He takes a lot of free throws, but he can knock down the free. He can knock down the mid range. He's a beast. Oh my goodness.
He's lecturing his teammates here. He's nervous.
Tremendous. Tremendous radio broadcast being produced here in the midst of this Dynamite review.
Right.
He averaged 30.6, Joe says.
Well, we're probably going to have to wait to talk. It's Danhausen. Who gives a shit? But I mean, to be fair, they have done a decent job of building that up. But they gave him 0.1 second more, so it's 0.8 now.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh no, this all sounds terrible. It sounds like I've been set up.
4-point play, baby. No, I'm kidding. No, it's. What if they do a 4-point play?
Bro, I don't know if the chat's ahead or behind, so I am fucking terrified right now.
All right, let's see. About to inbound here. 43 for the Raptors, about to inbound. That might be pass. Oh, good defense by Danny Green. Did they get the ball off? Won it overtime. Philadelphia 76ers, 104-101.
How do it?
Danny Green with some great defense there on the inbound pass.
That was more stressful than you ever know. That was brutal.
Wow.
Jesus wept. Okay, that's that series. We can
Danny Green and Embiid took that game out. They were the reasons there.
Experience, brother. You gotta love it. That fucking rule. That's a big game too. Huge game. 3-0, 2-1 spin is a huge deal.
Yeah.
You lose that game, and it's like game 4 suddenly becomes fucking Doc Rivers emergency.
I bet Shoot's upset.
Yeah, he won't message us for the rest of the night. The crowd went nuts when Danhausen got the microphone. In all seriousness, he challenged the Hook. What do you think, Oracle? You fired up for more Danhausen?
They've built this well. I'll give him that.
Wow. Okay.
And they have. I don't like it. I think it sucks.
Yeah.
But they've built it well. Like I'm trying to be objective here.
Yeah.
Your favorite word. But it's just not for me. Eventually they're gonna have some match or something. Danhausen challenged him to a fight, whatever. But Hook will beat him.
There'll be a discourse when they do the match.
The thing is, here's what I think is going to happen. When they have the match, I think Danhausen's curse will finally work.
Yes, I do
tell it, but Hook will still win.
Yes, and there will be like a whole thing where people get mad that he sold for a second, and it will be brutal.
Right,
absolutely brutal.
Right.
I think it's harmless. It's kind of cute. I have no problem with it.
It's fine. It reaches a different audience. That's not me, but it's fine.
Now,
I don't like it, but it's whatever.
Here's something I really liked, and we'll get to the live segment in a second, but I thought this was a good example of some connective tissue they usually struggle with. Scorpio telling Kazarian that he wants some weight, I thought was a really well-executed segment, because it basically provided the bridge for you to cheer for Scorpio Sky, because he came across like a good guy and not a piece of shit, and it reminded you of his history in the promotion. And, his importance there in the fall of 2019 when they won the tag titles and he worked the match with Jericho, so on and so forth. I thought this actually came across like two friends having a conversation. And it is the kind of segment that too often is left on the cutting room floor. Maybe I'm overstating it. I thought this did a really nice job of just positioning Scorp as a babyface rather than just throwing it out there and being like, accept it. It did some of the middle work for me. What did you think of this little backstage segment we got here with Frankie and Scorp?
Yeah, I liked it. I'm always like, I always like when they do callbacks just because it's like SCU. You should do stuff like that.
Mhm.
And it also weirdly fit. Like I don't. It made sense that Kazarian would want it because Scorpius is his friend, and he'd be like, "I want to be." There's almost a revenge element too for his friend. So yeah, I like the whole deal. We'll get to it later. I'm not sure about doing a ladder match again after a couple months, but
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. The live segment is a different conversation. We'll get to it. Thunder Rosa pre-tape. Look, I think this is real simple, and I think we've reiterated enough, Benny's. This was fine for this week. This pay-per-view program needs to be a thing. We cannot do this every pay-per-view. Like I don't know who she's working at the pay-per-view. Maybe it's Statlander. Maybe it's Serena. I don't know. But like this women's style program needs to feel different to the last 4, 5, however many it's been. Maybe all of you could argue. I don't know. I can't. My memory's not good enough. But like it was fine to do a pre-tape here. TV usage needs to be up dramatically for Thunder Rosa. Fair to say?
oh yeah, I mean it's. I mean, let's face it. It's your world champion. It's your
Yeah.
It's 2022. They are as important as your men's world champion.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to be on TV every week, or
Yeah.
at least doing an angle or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a video package every once in a while is like whatever. But
Right.
yeah, this is.
It's got to be because the thing is, look, it's worth saying there are times where Hangman is utilized in this sort of format, right? So, like, I get it. I'm not, but there's a difference. You can feel it if you watch the show. I think there was a stat that Rose has been on Dynamite for like 4 minutes since she won the title. It's like he shows, man. Like you got to do you have to give her more than that. But when we get to tonight's women's segment, we'll have a different conversation about a different thing. Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti were in the ring. They did a promo. Scorp interrupted with Lambert and Ethan. The place popped because at this point, Sammy and Ty are in a position where you and I could have walked out and they'd have pumped their fist and said, "Here we go, fucking get them." They really did. You could tell that they were ready to go with Ethan when he got the mic. Ethan's starting to connect with the people as a babyface, which is fucking hilarious.
That promo, I never actually listened to it, but I could just tell it was a good promo.
Yes.
The one after his eye was busted open.
Exactly.
I just felt like you can tell it was a good promo. Joe is frozen here, but he's back.
Thank you, Eric. You always feel the dead air. I appreciate that. Yeah. You could tell that promo connected. Like the folks realized that was a thing. So as soon as you started talking, they knew where he was going to go. Right. That stuff's neat. Right. I like that. Dude, Lambert being called Dynamite Dan and like that work in here was funny. Look, I would never accuse this thing of being good, but it sure was nice to just have the audience cheer for the stuff they were supposed to cheer for. It was like, I don't know, man. I don't want Lambert on the show, really. But at least it felt like the pieces were in the correct place here. What did you think of this in-ring segment, Oracle, and this kind of massive shift in direction?
I liked Ethan's promo. Lambert making sexual innuendos. Whatever. But I mean, Sammy and Ty have to be heels, and they are playing heel. I mean, they are heels now. I mean, they're playing heel and everything, and the my girlfriend's hotter line or whatever, jealous or whatever. That basically emphasized that. So, which is the right way to go. So it looks like we're gonna get the ladder match next week.
Yeah.
Sammy and defending against Scorpio Sky in a ladder match. Then we're gonna get a mixed tag. My guess is probably gonna be Ethan and Paige versus.
I don't know. I think I would put, and I love Ethan, so I'm not trying to bench the guy, but I think I would put Scorp in there just so he can get some revenge to end the feud without winning the belt back.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's what I would do because he's not winning the belt back, is he?
No, I don't think so.
But obviously you're not pinning him because it's a ladder match. I think the big thing is Scorp needs some sort of follow up after this, and I think we both know it should probably be that Ethan kicks the shit out of him and goes back to being a heel. I mean, people like Ethan, but he's all ego, brother. He's a heel. Right. I think that's the way. So, yeah, I think this is promising. I agree with you totally about like this is where Sammy and Ty need to be right now, right? Like, lean into it, do what you can with it. So, we will see. Okay. Dude, House of Black did a promo and like Buddy said narrative, and I was just like, done. Not watching anymore. I'm too scared about what he's going to say next. So I'm sure it was good. What do you think about House of Black's kind of place in the promotion right now? They feel kind of floating around a little bit, don't they?
Yeah, they need to do even. I don't like the lore stuff, but they need to do like a House of Black versus Blackpool Combat Club eventually, or something like that.
Yeah.
Build to it, and have a big trios that like. Hell, you could do that. You got 5 weeks. You could do that right now and build to it, and have Blackpool Combat Clubs first.
That would be incredible.
And just build to it and have a crazy trios match at Double or Nothing.
And the best part is, if you don't want to beat the House of Black, Yuta kind of gives you an out too. You could totally beat Yuta.
Yeah.
Like if he got missed, you do that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, some of the match combinations, brother. Yeah. I'm with this. Okay, here we go. One everyone's been waiting for: Britt Baker versus Daniel Camella. Tape Machines had some fucking incredible tweets about this segment. The match was where it was. Bless Daniel Camella. I don't think anyone will ever accuse her of being, not even going to give an example. I'm just going to move on. Britt did a very short shine. Danielle got some heat in the break. They came back, went straight into the comeback. I thought most of Britt's comeback looked good. There is this weird thing that I've said to you multiple times, and I'm going to continue to say it until someone understands what I mean. She does this thing where, she stops mid motion, just stands still and starts throwing forearms. And I don't know why she does. She'll be running and she'll just stop and grab us, hook them, and throw some forearms. It's like, why? Who is? Anyway, enough. So she did that. She won. The place liked it. The football guys were there. We will talk about what followed, because what followed was very funny. Very, very funny. But first, Oracle, what did you think about the famed Van, Danielle Camella's Dynamite debut, another Mac classic in the books, brother? What did you think?
She, as a character, I enjoy her.
Yes.
Remembering work is, there was a word I was going to use, but I'm not going to use it. And I mean it in no offense, but she plays a great spiteful woman. Yeah. I was going to use another word, but I really don't mean that. But that she plays a great.
Yeah, she's actually got something to do on the TV show. I don't know if wrestling is it. But.
She's good at that. But her in ring work is.
Yeah.
The match didn't really bother me. I mean,
no.
Britt, did a decent job putting her final moves together. But yeah, the promo.
So, as soon as your promo starts with "I'm actually a good promo," you've loaded the gun and aimed it directly at yourself, because big problem. She did this I can't describe it. What she was at, she was out of breath, which got there's nothing wrong with that. She hadn't wrestled in a month. I get it. I'm not knocking her for that. I'd be fucked, God bless her. But she was doing stand up.
Yeah.
And this crowd that would have cheered almost anything she did even struggled to care. They were it was kind of lame. And the football players were pumping their fists, she was saying something really awesome. This was kind of embarrassing. It was fucking hilarious, man. Oracle, what are your thoughts on this Brit promo?
Well, she's got to be careful because Jade's getting really good at this stuff.
Yeah.
And I think there's a chance Jade just eviscerates her.
Yeah.
And I don't know how Britt will be able to handle that.
Also, the new free agent sign they're going to be making in a couple months here, according to Bobby, right?
Yeah. Yeah. All caps.
Brother, you deal with an imitator long enough, you get the real thing. It looks different,
Yeah.
It looks different.
Yeah. Honestly, if she gets in a promo, it might not go so well.
So I'm not doing this here, but there's a lot of takes I got in the chamber. We'll do that in a couple months. It's fine. All caps, brother. All caps. Okay, they announced what's on next week, and they did this they threw this graphic up for Cash and Dax, and it was listen, man. I sometimes think we overstate that they move too quick. This was absolutely ridiculous. They threw this graphic up like it was like you and I wrestling in hour 2.
They read social media live during the show because they did their best to correct that during the main event.
Yeah. It was, I think someone may have said something.
Yeah.
Someone involved in it, maybe.
Yeah.
This was insane, wasn't it? Like,
Yep. Oh yeah, I can totally see a certain bald man
dude,
having a
look at Meech's comment. It was like Britt was getting her promo from Bob's Twitter. I call them the Bad
a
Brothers.
screenshot dunk. What a legend.
That was nuts, wasn't it? That's a new weapon in his arsenal, brother. The screenshot. God damn. Busted out the screenshot dunk. We love ourselves some Bobby O'Neill. Okay. Next week looks good though, right? There's a lot to look forward to next week. Ladder match, I think we both rolled our eyes, but I'm sure they'll kill it. So yeah. Dude, he's more and more aggressive as a booker. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Main event. Coffin match. Darby and Andrade. Darby was immediately jumped by Blade and Mark Quinn. They did the famous Sting spot that was somehow funnier here because he was dressed like he just come from playing golf or something. It was really popped me. The crowd brawled. He did another balcony dive, and like the only comparison you can make is like Terry Funk, right?
Yeah,
and that is nuts to think about because those dudes were sharing a ring in 1989, and here he is doing this shit. So, God bless him. We know what to expect with these two guys. It's high octane. Darby takes crazy bumps. Andrade does a lot of his power offense. They're a natural fit. The one thing here was like that finish was a choice. I don't know if they run out of time, but that was a really strange finish. Like it was like they teased one more step and then just didn't do it. It was weird.
Yeah,
but I couldn't help but have fun with the match because there was so much going on and it's fucking Darby bumping. What did you think of the main event?
I wanted it to be a little bit more like the Ethan Page match personally.
Yeah,
but it was very fun. I wasn't in love with them working basically the same thing they've done in the trios matches and stuff with the singles. That bothered me a little bit. It's too samey, but it was a fun match.
Yeah, I agree. The Ethan match had like
blood. Sting popped me though. Sting.
Oh my god, balcony dive, brother! Yeah. Like, remember when you said that on the grid and I was like, "Well, let's not carried away." He's done it twice now. Fucking madman. Yeah, Bryce was way loud on this. I don't know if you heard this, Oracle. Bryce like screamed 90 seconds.
That rule.
The chats the multiple people were pointing out, but maybe they run out of time. I don't know. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Now, what did you think of chat? Put your rating for Dynamite overall. I'm in the 8 range. I had a blast, man. I really did. There was hitches in execution, but man, it feels like he's swinging for the fences right now. You and I were critical of him and in saying that we thought he was too kind of cautious. I think with that one we have to bench for a while. This last couple months, he's
that's we can take the L on that. I think. Yeah. I'm hoping those Maria Kanellis things are thing. The women need help. And I will always criticize it for that because, they just.
It's the clear weak point. Let's be honest. It is. It's the clear flaw. You can't ignore it.
But otherwise they're really hitting it out of the park. It's just that's a bad flaw to have. It's a bad flaw.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I'm glad you said it. It's like it's difficult because I think in terms of general quality, I think they're probably on the best running company history in terms of like what they're doing week to week.
Yeah,
but you're right. That problem is almost exacerbated by how good everything else is because it stands out even more. And the way they brought Britt back tonight was like a bummer because we're not big Britt fans, but like. There's some juice to be had when she comes back, and the way they used her, it was like she was immediately just feels like she's back in the pack again. It's a shame. I don't know. What would you say rating wise, Oracle? Where are you at in terms of? Give me a number.
Like a 7.8. I don't know.
I love the point. There you go. I think the chat was mostly 7-8 range. I saw a couple 9s. It was a really strong episode. Oracle, What was you referencing earlier regarding the?
So I tweeted out
Dead.
something earlier. Summer 2022.
Hmm.
If you travel to any of these events, be safe, be smart.
Yes.
The world's opening up little by little. But be safe and be smart. That's just my personal advice. 6 mega events this summer, all in big arenas or big events.
Yeah.
7 if you want to include Hell in a Cell, but that's more like that's basically a B show now. Double or Nothing
Mm-hmm.
on the 29th of May. The Forbidden Door, terrible name, but hilarious. On the 26th of June, I believe.
Yep.
Money in the Bank
Wow.
on July 2nd, also in Las Vegas
Mm-hmm.
at the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. SummerSlam, which I will be attending officially, Nissan
Factual.
Stadium, Nashville, Tennessee, July 30th. And Labor Day weekend in the States, UK Stadium Show,
Mm-hmm.
World Wrestling Federation.
Yes.
All Out.
Mm-hmm.
6 mega events this summer. Ain't that something?
We're gonna have a lot of fun covering it.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be fun.
And folks, this is a Dynamite review, but I can't stress this enough. If we can review WWE shows and have the fun we have with WrestleMania, that would be real good for all of us. Hopefully, all those shows rock. I'm not going to be at the UK show because that is in Wales.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that can go fuck itself.
Yeah.
But
You ever been
I'll be
there?
there when the Fleet shows up at Craven Cottage in August.
You ever been there to Wales?
No, I had to think because I was thinking of what Tottenham games I've seen. Because I get. No, I don't think so. No, I'll keep it that way. That's fine.
Pop.
No, I'm messing. We have some Welsh grinners. Love to you guys. Hope you enjoy the show. Hope you go to the shows. It's gonna be like they said. There's over 100,000 that have signed up for the ticket deal. It's nuts.
That's wild. Yeah,
People ready to go, man. If people want to see it,
I'm guessing that'll be on Saturday, and then
I think so. Yeah.
And then
yeah,
Sunday will be All Out.
And All Out's going to be a big one too.
Ooh, yeah.
Lots to look forward to. Oracle. Speaking of such, do some promotions, brother. We've got a lot coming out. Even tomorrow night. Go ahead.
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. 1 a.m. whatever the hell time.
Yeah.
Historical Oracle, March 1996, WrestleMania 12. Uncensored, 96 with that match. Big Ass Extreme Bass. Blast. ECW. Farewell of Cactus Jack. Friday, Late Night Grin.
Oh, yeah.
Only on the Patreon, latenightgrin.com. $1 gets you in for everything.
Dude, have you heard our slogan? I fell into this. No tears, just grins.
No tears, just grins. Outstanding.
That's layered, right? It's
outstanding.
Layered. We got something there, folks.
And we'll be back at the regular time of 11. Most likely 11:05 Eastern time.
Unfortunately, yes, that is true.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't have lasagna hernia this time.
Dude, I'm going to wrap at like 8 a.m. Timestamps, maybe bed 9 a.m. Wake up at like 4 p.m. and go immediately to Wembley Stadium to watch Tyson Fury defend the heavyweight title against Dylan White. Saturday, brother. Lots going on. This is also, Oracle, it's good that we've been pointing this out too. Friday night is when I'll call many people that are currently in the chat and will be in the chat on Friday pieces of shit for predicting a wrestling match wrong. So line up for that. Demon Grin is correct. I will address my enemies. Demon Grin knows he's going to be top of the list. He always is. That piece of shit, Adam Cole, baby.
Hope you're safe. Hope you're traveling safely on your indie bookings, pal.
It's Wednesday. He ain't got shit coming up. I like when the Patron bits bleed over, don't you? Anyway, folks, this has been a lot of fun. I'm going to be on the Wrestle Purist channel tomorrow too, so go and subscribe there. I think we're going to be going at like 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing the Historical Oracle in between. I'm going to be doing the Boxing Pulp with Jack Crosby Oracle, yes?
Grin Grappler next Thursday, April 28th.
Yes. That's going to be a blast.
Oracle, April 96th. I'm almost finished with that. That will come sometime in May.
Mm-hmm.
Give us some time on that. I think I'm going to be going to the Doctor Strange premiere following Thursday, so it might be a little while longer, but we'll get there. You know, things are piling up as the summer months come. So unfortunately, that will slow down some in the 2-hour shows with Nitro and stuff. But we will get through it. I'm going to take the liberty to multitask. Which means I probably won't be able to sit and just focus on everything, but sometimes you have to do what you got to do.
Yes. So as a pro, you have to do these things, right?
Yep, you have to. Just that, but Grin Grappler, April 28th.
It's gonna be a real fun one. When I sent the lineup to Alex, he was fired up about the Piper match being on there. So
yeah,
I think we're gonna have some fun. Folks, please go and follow Robert O'Neill at Robbie Guns 12, at King Motivator H for Oracle, at Joe Holbert for myself. Many shows coming up. We appreciate the support. We appreciate all the love. We hope you enjoyed Dynamite. We will see you for one of the many shows tomorrow. But in the meantime, enjoy this outro. Speak soon, folks. Oh, damn it. That's not the outro. That's the damn bumper. What the fuck am I doing around here? In the meantime, enjoy this outro, folks. Speak soon.